Good morning. As we start out your Fastcast this morning, things are starting out to be pretty foggy. So that's what we want to give you the first alert to. In fact, we've issued this morning as a first alert weather day because of the thick fog in the area. So let's go over the latest on what you need to know this morning. As you're getting ready to head out the door, visibility pretty much all across the region is less than a mile, and in some cases, less than a quarter of a mile. So we are talking some seriously thick fog right now. But I show you our sky cam one more time just to show you there is sunshine above the fog and fairly clear skies. It wants to peek out, and that's going to be something that's going to help us going forward to at least try to work on this fog. But for right now, the next few hours are going to be tough. Here in Fort Wayne, we have about a tenth of a mile visibility, less than that over in Auburn. If you're traveling in rural DeKalb County, you will likely only see a few feet ahead of you. Over in Decatur and Bluffton, about a quarter-mile visibility. A lot of schools were trying to use today as a makeup day from all of the snowy days, all of the cold, frosty days. And unfortunately, a lot of those schools that are attempting to use today as a school day are going to be delayed. And we already have a large list of those on our website. Now, when it comes to this fog, we are under a dense fog advisory with the National Weather Service until 10 a.m. Right now, from now till 10 a.m. looks to be some of the worst hours with the fog. As we go into the mid-morning, it will start to break down, but I think in some places this could be pretty stubborn. So it's going to be a slow improvement as we go throughout the day today. Here's a look at future track when it comes to visibility for today. And you'll notice over the next few hours, we'll start to get a few breaks in the fog here and there, but it is going to be a very slow improvement. The rest of the day, temperatures will improve, but at least for right now, with temperatures being close to freezing in some spots, that also poses an additional risk, not only of all the visibility issues, but with temperatures around freezing, in fact, at freezing here in Fort Wayne, and below freezing with a temperature of 28 degrees in Garrett right now and Columbia City. Those are places where bridges and overpasses and any elevated surfaces could become slick because some of the water within the fog or the water droplets could freeze on some surfaces. That's why we call it freezing fog. In fact, if this is completely brand new to you, if you never heard of this before, it's when tiny super cold liquid water droplets in fog end up freezing on contact with surfaces, and as mentioned, specifically bridges and overpasses. There is one good thing with this. Usually cold air is pretty dry, so we don't have a whole lot of moisture like what we would in something like an ice storm. So this isn't going to be a widespread glaze of ice everywhere, but still, I would be very cautious on foggy bridges and foggy overpasses because those could start to get a little slick. Over the next few hours, we will start to see temperatures improve, but at least for right now, I'd say the next 2 to 3 hours will be right around freezing in many locations, and that's going to be where you want to be a little bit closer, and slower. Now, when we come to later today and we see that fog start to break apart once we go past the mid-morning, we should see temperatures return into the mid to upper 50s in some locations, but how quickly you let off with the fog is really going to be the determiner as to how warm you end up getting. So here's a look at your day planner for the rest of the day for today. When it comes to temperatures for the afternoon, we're in the 50s, some of us the mid 50s with partly cloudy skies, looking pretty nice, and even the 60s arriving as we go Wednesday and into Thursday. Those days also have some chances for rain as well. One last look outside right now, a beautiful sunrise above the fog. Unfortunately, this tower camera is the only camera that's going to be able to capture it right now. At the moment, it is just a thick, foggy start to the day. Be slow and keep an eye out for all of those 2-hour delays.